third period. Thank you so much for showing up. I'm going to wait one more minute before I get started. Did everyone have a good weekend? Did anyone do anything fun?
I babysitted.
Oh, did you make some money?
Okay. Yeah.
Good. Okay, so you'll probably notice that this has a lot going on, so I'm going to break it down really quick. First off, I want you to notice the attendance question. So go ahead and type in the chat whether you prefer popcorn or pretzels. You'll see one of these little attendance questions every day. So go ahead and type that in the chat. That way I can take attendance later when I go back. After all my classes are over, it's kind of hard to remember who was in what period. So either popcorn or pretzels. My favorite would have to be popcorn, but as of recently, have you guys tried those Dots pretzels? They're like in a red bag and it's little pretzel twists. They have this like seasoning on them. They are phenomenal. So it's like a tie right now because I love popcorn because it's salty too. So popcorn or pretzels, type your answer in the chat so that when I take attendance later, I can see it. If you don't type that in the chat, I won't know you were here. Okay, then over here we have today's agenda. So what's going to happen today? And then the bell ringer. Multiplication is repeated what? So it looks like most of you guys have answered it already. Good job. So for housekeeping, what that means is just like announcements I have to make, things to go over, things to clear up. So that's what I mean by housekeeping. Then I have a lesson that'll be a little PowerPoint. And then a homework assignment. Most of my classes have had plenty of time to do the assignment, so let's get rocking and rolling so that you guys can finish it and not have homework later. So thank you guys so much for showing up. It means a lot to me that you guys are coming to school and taking this seriously. This is real school and you're getting grades in Power School, and I know that the students that are attending class are going to have a lot better grades than the kids that aren't. So thank you so much for showing up. You guys all were rock stars last week on MAPS testing. I went through and looked at the kids that did it, and the freshman class rocked it. You guys are awesome. We had, I think there's 127 of you guys total, and we had 97 students test. So that's pretty awesome for distance learning. We wanted to get everyone to test last week, but some kids are going to have to finish up this week that didn't. But 97 of you are rock stars, and some of the other kids, it's just internet issues, so it's not really their fault. But thank you guys so much for doing so great and being awesome. I know MAPS testing is not fun, but it's over with now. So going forward, we're going to have a bell ringer every day that's kind of related to what we're talking about. So today, multiplication is repeated what? And if I scroll back up here in the chat, it looks like every single person answered C. So good job, guys. C is the correct answer. Multiplication is repeated addition. So if I wanted to do 5 times 2 or 2 times 5, I would do 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, which would give me 10. So I'm adding it every time, so it's repeated addition. And then on the flip side, division is repeated subtraction. So just a little thing to get your brain going before we get started. So if you haven't already, type in the attendance question answer, popcorn or pretzels. Just helps me when I take attendance later. It saves the chat for me when I record it, so I can go back and look at who typed in their names or their answer, and then it shows me your name, and then I'm good to go. Okay, so a few other things for housekeeping. Please change your picture for a picture of yourself. It looks like almost everyone has a picture of themselves, so thank you so much, guys. But it just needs to be a picture of you. I'm seeing some cute baby pictures. I'm seeing some younger pictures of you guys. They're awesome. But just go ahead and make sure that you have a photo of yourself, not anything else. I've seen a lot of SpongeBob and other things. So if you perchance don't have a selfie of yourself, I can go ahead and screenshot your Power School like picture from last year, your school picture, and send it to you in an email, and then you can change it. So if you need me to send you that, let me know. But please go ahead and change those if you have not already. Thank you, guys. So let's get started on numbers and symbols. So if you guys were sitting in my very empty classroom right now, I wish you were. It's very sad in here, and I still have my desk stacked up because it's easier for me on the scooter to get around when there's not in aisles, so they're just stacked up still, and it's just kind of sad. But if everyone was here right now, I would be handing out this packet. It is the WIN Career Readiness Courseware, Applied Mathematics, Level 1. So there's 6 levels for this career readiness courseware. So there's 6 levels. We start with level 1, work our way through level 6 by about March. And then once we're done with level 6, we do pre-algebra review for algebra stuff that you'll need to know for next year. But anyways, so you'd get this packet. We would flip to page 1. It would be about recognizing basic math symbols. It has a bunch of paragraphs. We would go through and read it. I would talk. You guys would kind of read it around the room. And then after we go through the lesson, you guys would get to the page that's the worksheet. And then you would finish the worksheet. Well, since we're not in class and we're doing it online, not paper pencil, I'm made it all digital. So what I've done is I've taken, I just stabbed myself in the eye. I've taken these paragraphs and I've put them onto a PowerPoint. So right here, the whole PowerPoint is what would be in the paragraphs. And then I've made the worksheet digital as well. So you guys will finish or fill that out once I'm done with the lesson. So I wish it was paper and pencil. That's the best way to do math. But for now, we're working with what we got and adapting to the best we can. So this curriculum was not created by me. It was created by people way up that know a lot more about math, and they decided that this is the best way for this courseware to go. And so it starts off super simple, and you guys are gonna be like, Miss W, this is too easy. This is a joke. Well, I like to think of it as, oh, good thing it's easy right now. School's kind of crazy. Let's just sit back, make math not the hardest class. Just do a little review right now and it'll all be good in the end. So just chill out with me and know that it's a review and you should know this stuff. But if you don't, here, I'm going to teach you it right now, and then it'll just make you better at math. So these first couple weeks are going to be super easy, but personally, I would love the break compared to some of my other teachers I know that are being a little bit harder. So here we go, numbers and math symbols. So first up, we have the plus or addition symbol. This little line means subtract. An X, or sometimes you will see it written as a star, means, to multiply. Up here we have a dot, a bar, and another dot, means the division. 2 dashes on top of each other is the equal. A backslash with 2 dots on either side is the percent sign. An S with a line through it is the dollar. A C with a line through it is the cent. And an A with a circle around it is the at symbol. The pound sign, or as you guys know it, hashtag, is actually the number symbol. And then the little tiny dot is the degree symbol. So in math, we use degrees for when we're talking about weather. You might be talking about like the weather changed from 30 degrees to -7 degrees, calculate the difference. Or we use degrees in geometry. So like a triangle has 180 degrees and a rectangle is 360. So that's what we use degrees for in math. So addition and subtraction. Let's begin by looking at the plus sign or the addition sign. This symbol means to add. If you see 4 plus 5, you should add 4 and 5. 4 books plus 5 books adds to 9 books total. I meant to put in a little picture there and I forgot. But oh well. Okay, subtraction. Next, let's talk about the minus sign. It looks like this. This sign means to subtract. It is the opposite of plus or the plus or addition sign. If you have 9 subtract 5, you take away 5 from 9. Some people say the minus sign means take away or less. 9 take away 5 or 9 less than 5. This is read as 9 minus 5. So you can say them all in multiple different ways. So I found a cool thing online that has like all these different words that mean subtraction or all these different words that mean addition. And so I'm looking at it because I hung it up on my wall. But for subtraction, there's minus, difference, take away, deduct, reduce, left, remaining, decreased, fewer than. For subtraction, those are other words that can mean subtract. And then for addition, we have plus, add, sum, join, and, both, more, total, in all, combine, increase, added to, more than. So those are all words for addition. So you can see the plus sign and know to add, or if you see those words in a story problem, that also means to add. Okay, multiplication. Multiplication is a really fast way to add. We use the multiplication symbol to multiply. When you see 3 multiplied by 4, it means the number 3 is to be multiplied by the number 4. We often say 3 times 4. That is because in multiplication, you're counting the same number multiple times. So 3 times 4 because you're adding it multiple times. So this right here is the multiplication chart on the side. I'm sure you guys all have seen this before and know about it, but I just wanted to give a little refresher that multiplication facts are super important to know for the rest of your time in school or in high school. It's just really good to have them memorized. It makes it a lot quicker than having to use a calculator or having to like write it down and add every single time. So we will be working on our multiplication facts throughout this year just because they are a good foundation to have. And division. Division means the opposite of multiplication. We said 5 times 8 equals 40. If we go backwards, 40 divided by 8 equals 5. This is read as 40 divided by 8 equals 5. So division is the opposite of multiplication, and what you're doing is basically just subtracting a number. So to get down to see how many times it goes into the other number. So other words for multiplication include product of, total, multiplied by, times, each group or groups of, double, twice, triple, factor, or multiply. Other words for division are goes into, divided by, separate, parts, quotient, average, equally, fraction, or out of. So if you hear those words or see those words in a story problem, you know you're going to divide or multiply. Okay, equal and percent. The answer to math problems are often found after the symbol equal sign. It means equals or is equal to. We said when you add 4 and 5, the answer is 9. We write this phrase as 4 plus 5 equals 9. Percents are a way of describing parts of a whole. With percents, one whole is divided into 100 parts. When referring to a percent, it means out of 100. So we're going to use percents a lot this year for finding them in story problems. Like it'll be like your total was $80 or $80, but it was 20% off. What was your new total? Or you want to leave a 15% tip on a $100 bill. How much is your tip going to be? So we'll do a lot with percents. Just remember that it's thinking of parts of a whole. So with a percent, it's like you have 10%, 11%, it can go up from anywhere from there, just parts of a whole. So I like to think of a pie when I think of percents, or a pizza, because it's you take away one piece, you're taking away from the whole pizza. Okay, the @ symbol is sometimes used in math problems. To say that we have 4 items at 10 cents each, we write 4 at 10 cent sign. And last up, we have the pound sign or the number symbol. A symbol for the word number is this pound sign. It's really a shorthand symbol. And what I mean by shorthand is it's an abbreviation. I can write the number 4, or I can write number sign 4, shortening the word number into just that symbol and making it quicker. It can also be used to write pounds. We can write that the computer weighs 15 pounds, but instead of writing the word pounds, I can just use the pound or the pound sign afterwards. And everyone universally knows that that means pounds. Let me get the light 1 second. Okay, so if the symbol is before a number, it means number. So if I have number sign 800, I know that that's number 800. But then if it's 800 number sign, I know that it's 800 pounds. So if it's before a number, it means number. If it follows a number, it means pounds. Okay, that was my lecture. We have about 15 minutes left, so let me assign the homework. Does anyone have any questions? Okay. Today's assignment is going to be using another website called TeacherMade. It's nice because it grades it for me, so then I don't have to do as much work. But it's also nice because I can add like multiple choice questions, or I can add number, like where you have to type the number. So you'll see that like our next assignment is like multiple choice kind of. So it's nice that I can do that and show it in different ways. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on the assignment and it'll bring you to this website, and then you'll click begin with Google. So you'll log in with your Google School account, and then I knocked the table, and then it'll bring you to a page that looks like this. So you go in here and type where there's little text boxes. I've already put them in, so you just click and they're already there. So I can type in numbers because I only have it for numbers right now. But then say that I don't have enough time to finish it today, I can scroll up to the top and click save for later. And then it will, it's been saved, and I can exit out of this window. And then, if I go back to our Google Classroom and click on that link again, it brings me to this page, and then I log in again, and it saves my work. And then I can go in and type in my answers. When you're done, click I'm done, and it'll submit it to me. So we're going to skip number 10. It was too hard to type out. It would be easier if we could do it on paper pencil. And then for number 8, where it says 8 times 7, you're going to use an X for multiplication. And then 10 divided by 2, you're going to use the backslash for division. So go ahead and get started on that, guys. If you have any problems logging onto the website, let me know. Sometimes it's just a little slow. So that's what we're going to use the rest of our time to do, is to work on this assignment.